Let's talk about those illegal tariffs by Trump. The judges in Washington sent the case back to the trade court to scope out if the ruling should stick to only the case in hand or broader tariffs. The court ruling applies to Trump's Liberation Day global tariffs that were set at a 10% baseline and have been in effect for months. The decision also affects the extra import taxes on Mexico, China and Canada that Trump said were justified by the ongoing fentanyl crisis in the U.S. The ruling also includes Trump's so-called reciprocal tariffs that took effect on August 7th for countries that failed to reach trade deals. So that would include the 25% tariffs on Indian goods exports. But many questions still remain, even as the litigation is expected to play out and reach the Supreme Court, with the ruling including the additional 25% penalty on India for buying Russian oil. What happens to Trump's chest-thumping trade deals? They're still up in the air at the moment. For now, tariffs are still in place and Indian exporters face uncertainty. The tariffs case against the Trump administration was filed by a group of small businesses and states led by Democrats. The lawsuit challenged Trump's use of the International Emergency Economic Powers Act to sidestep Congress and issue the tariffs. The case argues that Trump did so to force trading partners to negotiate rather than to address any legitimate national emergency. IEEPA does not mention tariffs and has never been used in such a manner. They've also argued that a ruling against the tariffs must apply across the nation. That issue may now become a focus of further arguments. The twist, though, is that the appeals court cited its recent Supreme Court ruling as a guideline to the lower court to scope out the verdict. Recently, the U.S. top court had ruled that judges should limit their verdicts to the parties involved in the case. That ruling barred judges from issuing so-called universal injunctions that go beyond the parties in a case and apply nationwide. But the Supreme Court left open the possibility that judges in some cases could use other legal mechanisms to reach the same outcome. Several judges reissued nationwide injunctions against Trump's birthright citizenship restrictions that made the sweeping orders still appropriate under the new Supreme Court standard.